You ready, Smokey?
I'm ready.
Okay. I'm scared. You scared?
Just a little.
Yeah. It's good to be scared.
Nothing wrong with it.
No. Anybody who says they're not scared is a fool. I'm a little bit shaky. Yeah. Got a film tonight that's going to kind of scare you, I think. We're ready. We got our gear ready. Smokey's all geared up. I'm geared up. No alien is going to get into our heads.
Nope.
No, I don't want that to happen. Don't want aliens in our heads. We don't even want ideas in our heads. Right? Great movie. 1967. They came from beyond space. Whoa, not only did they come from space, but they came from beyond it. I don't know where beyond space. How do you measure that? Where is beyond space?
Way out there.
Way out. I'm agreeing with that. And I'm sort of like a commentator here. I just repeat everything he says. Yes. This film is one of those great Freddie Francis films. And Freddie Francis, you know him. He worked on a lot of different kinds of Hammer horror films and things like that. He was more known as a cinematographer. He shot Dune. He shot Straight Story. He shot Elephant Man, Man in the Moon, things like that. But he also made a spate of good science fiction films like Day of the Triffids and things like that. We've seen Day of the Triffids, too, on the show. Yes, very good movie. Very good movie. This film, you know that film that was made in the 50s called They Came from Outer Space? Yeah, it was one of the great films of Jack Arnold, where this alien race crashes onto Earth and their spaceship gets broken up. And they elicit, or they elect, or they take over the bodies of human beings to work on their ships. I don't know why they can't work on it in their own guises. You know, how they build the dang thing in the first place. Kind of crazy. But in this case, you'll learn why they have troubles building spaceships later on. They got this they became so smart they lost their bodies type of stuff. Yeah, that's an old line out of Star Trek. Okay. They came from space. These guys, they take over people's bodies. And they discover one of the ways that they can't take them over, well, our hero, Robert Hutton, he's got a metal plate in his head. And at first we see that metal plate as being like a detriment. You know, the doctor says, you can't go out there and experiment with those guys. You can't go over there. Well, it turns out that turns out to be a good thing. You know how it's always in science fiction? The monster is impervious to anything, you can't destroy him, and then it just rains on him and he dies. Oh, hey, you know, something simple. Well, in this case, now go into your kitchen, folks. We got these from the Food, Fitness, and Fun, folks. I hope they don't mind. Okay. Well, they make some pasta out of these when they're done. Yeah?
They're clean.
I think they're clean.
Sure, we'll just put them away.
Well, sure. Right. And you go into your kitchen and get yours, because I think you're going to need... I would imagine that everybody who's watching this film out there would be wanting to wear one of these.
Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe one of these to keep you safe.
Yeah. I think so. You know, get your stuff together, because you don't want this film seeping into your head. This film could have damage on you.
What?
Yep. He's got some problems here. Yeah. Yeah. Now, this film, I love this movie. Okay, I was reading about it. Some people said it was crummy. I could look it up here and see what we thought about it. But, hey, this has got a real Doctor Who-ish type of feel.
Not crummy.
Not crummy. Not crummy at all. I love Doctor Who. Doctor Who has sort of that tongue-in-cheek type of feel, you know. You're never sure if they're being serious or not. A lot of the people in this film show up in Doctor Who films, in Doctor Who episodes of the television series in various forms. Likewise, great transitions. Instead of fade-ins and fade-outs, they have this weird swirl, you know, like psychedelic stuff. Cool. Great music for this thing. A lot of fun in here. I really had a lot of fun. And I remember after I was done watching it, I went out immediately and grabbed this thing off of the rack. Okay, and I was sitting in the living room in this. My wife came in and was wondering why I was sitting here with this thing on my head, and I had to explain to her. This film demands it. They came from beyond space. 1967. It's an Amicus film. It's a Milton Subotsky produced film. He did a lot of films there with Cinerama releasing and also with Amicus, and this is one of his better efforts. Now, if you're all geared up, if you've got your equipment on, if you got a squeegee out there, you might want to get that. If you got your tennis racket, is that a tennis racket? I don't think so. I mean, tennis rackets usually have a longer handle. I call it a squash thing or handball thing or whatever. Okay, it's a racket. That's a racket.
I can use it to hit things.
You can, yes. And I've got my mallet. I think we're ready. I'm still kind of shaky.
Incoming!
Oh, okay, folks. We know something's coming. Okay, so we're ready. No thoughts getting into our heads. No film getting into our heads. No alien beings getting into our heads. Let's let no things like this get into your heads. But let's keep watching at the movies with film. Roll 'em, Smokey. Smokey! What the...